Hi, Director Doug here once again with a look behind the scenes as to how we make some sound effects for Discovery Mountain. In this week's episode, Chaplain Plumbers, Amanda Lee has a broken pipe in her house, and Chaplain Simon and Jake have to run over there and try to help her out and fix the repair. What we needed was sound effects of people walking in water, standing in water, walking on wet cement, picking stuff up out of the water. And I looked in my sound effects library, Danny looked in his sound effects library, and we even looked online to see what might be available. And we weren't able to find anything that really worked. So, as we've done before, we decided to build our own sound effects. Again, did this using a small recorder that we've used before and my laundry tub. And basically, all I ended up doing was putting couple inches of water in the laundry tub, starting the recorder, and if I needed someone walking in the water, it was simply a matter of using my hands and walking through the water. If it was someone standing in the water, like they were doing the pipe repair, they weren't moving around much, but they were standing and maybe shuffling around a bit. So I just put my hands in the water and moved them around a bit. So you get a little bit of sloshing sounds, and those we put in, of course, behind the dialogue as we've done for all our sound effects. The other thing we needed was the sound of a pipe leaking. We could hear it dripping before they turned the water off in the house. And that was simply done by turning on the tap a little bit. You could hear the dripping. And as Jake turned the water off, we turned this off. And it slowly drips to a stop and gives you the sound effect of a pipe that's been leaking and the water's been turned off. The other thing we had to do here as well was picking stuff up out of the water. So I think the baby clothes were in the water and Mrs. Lee wanted them rescued. Basically just use a rag here, put it in the water, picked it up, and so you hear some of the dripping as it comes out of the water. And that's how we did the sound effect for lifting things out of the water. For walking around on wet pavement, after the water had kind of dried up in the basement a bit, I simply more or less emptied the sink so there was maybe only about 1/8 of an inch left in the sink here, and then walked around in the shallow water, and it sounded more like wet pavement or wet cement as opposed to 2 or 3 inches of water. So there you have it. I mean, that's just a really quick look at some of the sound effects we had to build for the water effects in Chaplain Plumbers. You know what? You can find all the episodes of Discovery Mountain here on discoverymountain.com. I suggest you do that. Tell your friends about it. Remember, discoverymountain.com. We'll see you soon.